we never met. Forever leaves fast in the middle of the night. Forever breaks my heart and never says goodbye. Days and nights, skin and bone, I'm still here, but you moved on. I live inside an old photograph. I wish that I could feel your love again. So I live inside that old photograph. And I wish that I could feel your love again. Forever falls in love with the guy that wears sweater vests. She used to be mine, but now it's like we never met. Forever leaves fast in the middle of the night. Forever breaks my heart and never says
Goodbye. Oh, there we go. Hello, hello, hello. I think we're all live here. Let's see, are we? Yes, that might be too loud. Okay. Think that's working, is it? Is it, everybody? Still don't have much confidence. The grunting again. Don't have much confidence tonight that it's working. I'll tell you why. It's been a bit of a mad rush today to get this live stream sort of going, and I'll tell you why in a wee second. But however, Dave Cullen Photography says he can hear and see me perfectly. Oh, and you popped up and popped down, Dave. So thanks, Dave. And I've rearranged some things that should make it easier for me. So thanks there. Thanks very much. Paul Taylor has said it all. He said it all. Hit that like button. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Yeah, forgot I had that there. See, when it's green, because it's a green screen, when it's green you can't see it. Right. But there you go. That wee thing there. I've got a screen playing there. I'm going to turn that off because that's just confusing me. And so is that one. That one's confusing me as well. I wanted to show you that one though, didn't I? Right, okay, that's the thing. It's when it goes green, you can't see it because there is a green. I've got a green screen, but there you go. It's orange now, and you can't see it. Actually, you can see the reflection of what I can see in my screen. Hello there. How are you doing? How are you doing? Right, enough of that nonsense. Okay, so let me take that off. I just wanted to see what it would look like if I had it on there. I'll probably blow everything up now. Let me take that down. There, you can see a bit better now, I think. Right. Aye, things have been a wee bit hectic for this live stream, and it almost didn't happen. I'll tell you why. That off. Right, so it almost, in fact I'll unplug it because the lights are still flashing. Right, it almost didn't happen because my youngest grandson Harry wanted to come over and stay on Friday afternoon, which was fine. So he came over on Friday afternoon, and then he decided he wanted to stay another night. So Sunday happened, and he was still here, and he was supposed to be going to a birthday party, and he decided he didn't want to go. He wanted just to stay at Papa's. So I thought, right, that's going to leave things a bit rushed. However, he changed his mind, decided he was going to the birthday party, and he left late this afternoon, which left me just a couple of hours to try and cobble something together for the live stream tonight, which I have done over the past couple of hours. I've cobbled something together. I hope I'm not too loud here. I see I'm moving into the orange, and it might start to peak a wee bit then, so I hope it's not. I will pay attention a wee bit to the comments tonight to make sure everything's working, and I think it is. And before I continue on and show you some things that I want to show you, I'll say a few hellos, okay? Excuse me, frog in the throat. Right, the very first person that was in tonight, I believe, was Jay, who said evening all, and that was, I don't have the time up here, but that was a wee while ago. And Drone Audits Scotland was in too. Hello, Drone Audits Scotland, who did ask me that surely I'm not out and about in this weather. For those of you who are living in Scotland, and particularly the southwest of Scotland, if you're even in Ayrshire, you'll know what it's like out there. I mean, there's a gale blowing that would blow you away. The rain's coming down. It's howling. It's absolutely horrendous out there. So once again, I'm in the studio. Broadcasting to you live from the outer wilds of East Ayrshire to civilization, right? Because there's no way I was going out in that. But I do want to talk about the drones going out in weather like that, and I will be doing that in a little while, okay? A few things to get to before that. Right, so Jay says it's quite mild. Jay lives, I believe, down in a beautiful part of the country, right down at the very, very foot near Torquay, I think Jay lives. And in fact, while I've got Jay up, I'm just going to flick over to my screen and show you something here. And I won't be playing much of this because it's... I don't want to get demonetised. I maybe can flick on a wee second. I don't know how much I can flick on. Let's see if I can flick on a wee second or two and hopefully not get demonetised. Right, that'll probably do. I definitely don't want to get demonetised. Right, so this has fast become my favourite radio station, right? I listen to this all the time now since switching over from the stations I used to listen to. And this, by the way, this live stream tonight is not sponsored by this station or by anyone, right? I'm just showing you this station, this internet radio station, because I really like it. It's got some great music on it. Even some of the modern music that plays, it's not the stuff that would make give you an absolute headache. I've lost my cursor again. It's not the stuff that would give you an absolute headache, the modern stuff. It's some good modern stuff like Miley Cyrus, and I like Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift. There's some good stuff. So if anybody's thinking, my days are a bit empty for music-wise, and I'm a bit sick of the music I've been playing over and over again, have a wee look at palmtorbay.com. Right, it's a fantastic radio station. There is a schedule, okay? And it tells you what's on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. It tells you who the presenters are and what they actually play, okay? It's all volunteers that work here. And it's some great stuff, okay? There's the team there. Whiz by these, right? Okay, so have a look at that. Have a look at palmtorbay.com if you fancy it, right? Because I can absolutely give it my recommendation. And as I said, I'm not being sponsored by Palm Torbay or anybody else. I just think it's a great station. I've been listening to it since I was switched on to it, and it's constantly on all the time. When I'm working away, when I'm doing things, it's on. Right, anyway, I didn't mean to plug anything there, and that went on for a little bit longer. I just wanted to show you that because I really like it. So, what I do want to say early on just now is, though, because the wind is howling out there, the rain's battering down, and there's a bit of a storm going on, the connection may be a bit dodgy and I may lose something. I am going to show you the live stream feed at the moment, which says here, as you can see it, now I'm behind. Right, I'm putting my hand up now, and you'll see that happening in a few seconds. So that stream is a wee bit behind, but you can see that the what was I going to show you there? It says the stream health. Where was it? Excellent connection. Right, it's telling me that I've got an excellent connection. Right, it's also telling me that I've got 42 viewers and I've only got 21 likes. So what's wrong with you people? Right, only half of you even care about giving me. Let's see if we can bump that up a wee bit, right? Okay, so it says it's an excellent connection, but here's a speed test. I'm going to throw a wee speed test. I tested it earlier and that's what it said, but I'll throw a wee speed test on live for you to see just what the internet connection's here, because it does vary. It goes up and down. It's not bad sometimes, then it's suddenly terrible. So I'm not interested in the download speed. That doesn't matter to me. It's the upload speed that counts, and look how low it is there. 20, you know what I mean, 18, 17, it's dropping, oh no. Okay, so that's my internet upload speed, only 14, and the uploaded speed is what the live stream runs on. So I just wanted to show you that, so that if things start to break up a little bit, I'll just take your message off there, Jay. If things start to break up a little bit, or I start to get a bit like Max Headroom. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. There's a storm outside and it is affecting the internet a little bit. Right, okay, so having said that, let's say hello to some more people, right? So it was just Jay and Joan out at Scotland for a while, for a long while, and then Stevie popped in and said, hello Robert and all, hello Stevie. Then we had Jay again, Simply Scotland Photography pops in. Hello, good evening folks, good evening to you. We've got Gerard McGlinchey, just love that surname, fantastic. We've got Richard Buchan, Skyrunner, hello to you. Andy Binnington, it says here, evening newbie here and to drones. Andy, you are a newbie, I don't recognise your name, that's why I thought Andy Binnington, new name, right. And Andy asks us a question which I'll just answer just now before I've finished all the hellos. And Andy says, can Litchi be used with the RC controller or do you need to use it with the N1? Okay, everyone in here probably knows the answer to that, Andy, but you don't, and I will give you the answer. I have made a few videos on this on my channel, so you should go and look through them, but you cannot use any third-party apps with the RC. It will not. You can't download third-party apps to the RC, and Litchi is a third-party app. So no, you cannot use it. On the RCN1, because you're using a phone attached to it, you can download third-party apps to your phone. And then when it's connected to the RCN1, you can use Litchi. Other third-party apps are available like Maven, DroneLink, Rainbow. Use whichever one suits you best. I've made videos on all of those: Maven, Litchi, DroneLink and Rainbow. If you want to see what I think of those, have a wee look through my back catalogue, which I'm going to be talking about tonight anyway, and that'll maybe give you a little bit of guidance on what may suit you better. Off the top of my head at the moment, if you are an Android phone user with an RCN1, Litchi is probably going to be your best choice. If you are an iOS phone user, an Apple phone, iPhone, whatever, then, well, it has to be 8 or newer. It won't run on 7 these days, or 7 Plus or anything like that. Then Maven, in my opinion, is the better app, except when it comes to waypoints. Litchi has the best waypoints in my opinion, whether you're iOS or Android, except for DroneLink. DroneLink has some really great waypoints and features, but it's fairly expensive. It's about £60 for the version that gives you the really good features. I think Litchi and Maven are round about the £20 mark, so it's cheaper to get very, very similar features. Rainbow I tried, and you only get 3 free shots, and then you have to subscribe to it. And in the 3 free attempts I had, it failed to do any tracking or anything, so I discarded that one straight away. So I would say your options are DroneLink, Litchi, or Maven with the RCN1. But, and I don't have it to hand, if you happen to have an RC Pro, or you think, well, I might as well get an RC Pro, you can download third-party apps to that, which will give you waypoints and other things with the Mini 3 Pro, and that's how I use it. It also has an HDMI out port, which allows you to then view on a much larger screen or on your computer or whatever you want. So I use it for that. So I hope that kind of answers your question. If you want to see more and more in-depth information about that, just check through my videos. Type in a search for Litchi, Maven, DroneLink and Rainbow, and it should give you up the videos that I'll tell you a little bit about it. And if you're new to my channel, I don't use much jargon. I try to keep things as simple as possible, because I'm a simple man and I don't understand very complicated things. So therefore I try to understand it the way I can understand it, and then impart that information in a way that other people would hopefully understand it too. So I'm not saying that's the best way. I'm the best guy. There are other channels who go into it in a lot of real detail. So for people who have a quite a good understanding of how these things work, some of the other guys on the other channels, and I won't name any other names, but some of those guys are really good at going into it in depth and giving you a really good understanding of how it works, a technical understanding. I try to keep things simple because, as I said, I'm a simple guy, and I try to make things as simple as possible. So there you go, right? So I hope that helped a little bit, right? Excuse me. Andy. Okay, right, moving on swiftly, right, because I've got quite a lot to get through, even although I didn't have much planning on this tonight, because, as I say, my younger grandson was here. I have got quite a lot to get through tonight, okay? Right, so I said hello to Steve, I said hello to Dave as well. Mavericks Drone, there you go. Greetings, people, greetings to you, Mavericks Drone. And he says hello to Paul, which is Paul Taylor, who once you say again says hit the like button. Right, Button Moon, hello there. Somerset, I hope your weather's better in Somerset than it is here in the west of Scotland, right? Graham Wright says a wind and rain swept. Or should it be rain and windswept? Anglesey. Okay, so you're getting probably some similar weather down there that we're having up here. Oh, and my chat just jumped all over the place there. So I'm probably missed a few people out there because I'll scroll back up again because there's quite a lot of people missed out, although I don't want to spend much time in the chat. Right, Caroline Tyler RC is in here. Good evening, Caroline. If you're still here, I haven't said hello to you for the past 5 minutes, so you might have got fed up and shot off. Borders Drone Seekers, did you hear that? That tells me it's now time for a wee swally. Slàinte. Please join with me if you're not driving and you're sitting at home. All the best. Right. So there we go. That was Caroline. That was Brian for Borders Drone Seekers. Angel Boostar, evening. Hello, Angel. How you doing? Haven't had a chance to get down there to refilm that footage that didn't really work out for me. I was recording it, but as I say, the SD card got corrupted, so I haven't had a chance to get back down to your hubby's old stomping ground, but I will do it as soon as I get a chance with the weather. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I just saw the tip jar getting a subscriber, I think it was. I'm not sure. Oh, there you go. I do see it. It was Peter. I'll get to that in a wee minute. Fish Diaries says, hello, Robert. Hello to you, Fish Diaries. Welly Bobs, you think you went deaf? Have I turned it up too loud here? Will I turn it down a wee bit, Welly Bobs? Right, Russ T5 says, good evening from Yorkshire. It's windy but dry here. Okay, well, let's hope the rain from Scotland doesn't head down your way. World to Rights, that's a new name to me. Evening all, not too bad here weather-wise in Lincolnshire. Okay, well, I can only say that I hope the weather we're having in Scotland is heading into the Atlantic where there's nothing and no one. All right, I don't wish this weather on anyone. Oh, Jay says he's owned the station for 2 years now. Well done, Jay, right? And I wasn't trying to plug for any reason other than I really like your station, that's all. JJ says hello, good evening to you. Peter Mannering's dripping. I've been dripping eye to that as well. Oh, you've been dipping into it. Ah, there you go. I know there's no rap music. It's all good music in it. Well, I think it's good. I like it. I'm a musician. I've got a massive varied taste in music, and I haven't found anything on Palm Torbay that I don't like yet. Anyway, I'm not going to say any more about it in case people think I'm getting sponsored or something. Right, Graham Lindsay. Hi, Robert and everyone. Weather's rubbish. It is, Graham. It's absolutely terrible. Oh, Caroline, what's this? Had a nice weekend down in Coventry. Baby shower for my son and his beautiful wife, baby June, early November. My birthday is the 3rd of November. I wonder if we'll have a windswept birthday baby. You can let us know. That would be interesting to find out for sure. Right, we've nearly caught up with everyone. I think I've mentioned everyone's name. I'll just scroll right. Oh, Matt, hold on. Every time somebody gives me a super chat, it goes to the very end of the chat and I miss people. And there was one I was just going to click on, a name there that I didn't click on. It's Martin Gruffalump. How do you do? Stormy rotten weather day here in Midgeville. Are you up in the north of Scotland? I thought the midges were all dying out at the end of September. Suppose we've still got a week to go, right enough. Dogzilla Monster, will the PC Pro work with the new Mini 4 Pro? Right, I think you mean will the RC Pro work with the new Mini 4 Pro? No, it won't. And I've got something to say about that now that you've reminded. Well done. Thanks, Dogzilla Monster, for bringing this up, because I've got something I want to say. And I will preface this by saying I'm just a normal guy. I don't know much, right? And I'm probably getting this wrong. And the more technical guys in the YouTube drone niche may give you better information than me. But this is the fact. The new Mini 4 Pro, I believe is coming out on OcuSync 4, the same as the Air 3, the new Air 3, right? And the RC Pro can only work on OcuSync 3. But here's what I want to say. If the difference between OcuSync 3 and OcuSync 4 is the same as the difference between OcuSync 2 and OcuSync 3, then it's no big deal. Because I can tell you now, JJ, I just saw that super chat coming in there. I just happened to see it. If I didn't see anyone else's, I'll say thanks a minute, but I just saw it on the screen. So thanks for that super chat, JJ. When Lassie, my Mini 2, DJI Mini 2, runs on OcuSync 2, and Caledonia, my DJI Mini 3 Pro, runs on OcuSync 3, Lassie outperforms Caledonia in signal strength, in a built-up, in an area with interference, and in a distance test 7 days out of the week. Hands down, every time. Okay? So, OcuSync 3, in my opinion and in my tests that I've carried out, is no better than OcuSync 2. And in fact, Lassie, as I have said, with OcuSync 2 performs better than Caledonia, the Mini 3 Pro, with OcuSync 3. So, I can't extrapolate from that the OcuSync 3 will be better than than OcuSync 4, because that would then mean that OcuSync 2 is better than OcuSync 4. But what I'm saying is, as far as I'm aware, and correct me if I'm wrong, some of you technical people, but OcuSync is just Wi-Fi. It's just Wi-Fi, right? And it's just another term for Wi-Fi, because they're running Wi-Fi. DJI just happen to call it OcuSync, and they have OcuSync 2, and then OcuSync 3, but it's just Wi-Fi. I don't think that OcuSync 4 is going to be any better than OcuSync 3 or OcuSync 2, to be honest with you. It may be marginally better, but a change in the weather, or a change in location, or a different sunspots or cloud or anything can change the balance on which one is better. So I wouldn't decide to get the Mini 3 Pro or the Air 3 Pro based solely on it having those drones having OcuSync 4. Okay, now if you do get one with OcuSync 4 for whatever reason, be aware that the RC Pro, which is a fantastic controller and the best controller that DJI have produced by far, will not work with the Air 3 or the Mini 3 Pro. Okay, so that's that. And I want to say something else later on about the Mini 4 and mini drones in general for the people that are living in the UK. But we'll get to it. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anyone like Al McNeish, who says, "Good evening, everybody." Right? Graham, I did think I say hello to you, but I'll mention you again because you said, "Think you're being too modest on the technical side. We have seen your car studio set." Graham, thanks very much, but I just throw things together, switch them on and see if it works, and generally record it to let you see if it works as well. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. But the other thing I tend to do is I'll go out to do a test before, and I will just switch things on, say, right, let's see if it works. And if it doesn't work, or if I make mistakes or I fall down, I show you that. I'm not one of these guys who edits everything so I look like I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. I just show you how it is. But thanks very much for saying that, Graham. I'm not all that technical. I just think, well, if I plug that in there, what will happen? Let's see. So I do it, and oft times it works. Right. Right, so that was Graham. I'll try to take your thingy off now. Right, Button Moon. I thought you did, because you're doing in. Where did you say you were now? Lincolnshire? No, I can't remember. Sorry, it's pissing down there. Okay, right. That's it. I think that's it. Right, Peter gave me the super chat. Thanks very much for that, Peter. Do appreciate it as always. Angel Booster. Yeah, I think you're saying thank you for someone I mentioned 10 minutes ago. I have to keep mind the time. I'm halfway through the show. Haven't got to anything yet. Yeah, I will get back down there. I promise. It's just the weather, you know. And JJ, I did say thanks for your super chat earlier on, so thank you. Right, that's everyone. My God, I can't believe it. Almost half an hour to get through the hellos. Right, but so, right. What did I want to talk about tonight? Here's what I wanted to talk about. Quite a few things. And I've got a few wee video clips to show you. Oh, and before we get to the videos I want to show you, I wanted to show you this. I'm going to copy and paste into the chat something, but I want to show you on the screen. This was interesting, very interesting. Once I get on screen, you never know when a video might start to go viral. I've had a video that has been lying doing not very much for a year, almost 2 years, and suddenly I think it's going viral. Here's the screenshot of it, right? So look at that. So it was doing nothing much, you know, blah, blah, blah. It was getting a couple of views here and there, and then suddenly on, what date was this? Round about the first week of this month, September, it's suddenly boom, 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 boom. I think it might be going viral, right? I'm not sure, because I've never had a viral video before. But I think I just wanted to show you that to show you that if any of you YouTube creators are making videos thinking, no, I'm only getting 10 views or 30 views, or I'm not getting very many views. You know, suddenly, 2 years, a video that's been sitting there for 2 years, kind of doing nothing, has gone viral. Here's a link to that video. It only lasts for 1 minute and 5 seconds. That's... Why is it not going up there? There it's there. That's the video there that seems to... about on the 8th of September, so the beginning of this month, it just seemed to take off. I don't know, I've got no idea why. Okay, it's the YouTube algorithm has done something and it's making it do it, but it's gone viral. So, and the reason I wanted to show is not to say, look at me, I've got a video that might be viral. It's to say that, because I know quite a lot of you have video YouTube channels, and some of you may be thinking, oh, you know, this is really hard work and I don't seem to be getting many views for it. That, you know, this can happen just out of the blue for no reason. I didn't do anything. I just uploaded that video and let it sit. And 2.5 years after it's been sitting there, it's suddenly this month has taken off without me doing anything to it. So I just wanted to say, if you do have a YouTube channel and you're thinking, oh, you know, I'm taking a lot of time, it's not doing anything, stick with it. Okay. Right, and there you go. Drone Audits has said it's up to YouTube if they want a video to go viral and when, which is a bit annoying, but, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to upload our videos, enjoy doing it, and try to help people when we can. And you know, maybe someone will take off, maybe it won't. Okay. Oh, Paul says we're becoming a bit jittery, but Dave says it's all still smooth to him. I'll do a quick broadband speed test and just check and see how I'm doing. Right, so it was 79 and 14 earlier on. So what is it sitting at now? And I'm having a wee slurp while we're sitting here. It's about the same on download. What was it, 14 in the uploads? And it has dropped a bit, yeah, it's dropped, yeah, it has, oh my God, it's dropped quite a lot there. So Paul, I think you could be right there. Yeah, so it could be becoming a bit jittery. There's nothing I can do to control this. It's the weather outside that will determine that. But I will endeavour to persevere. Mavericks Drone says, I only have a small YouTube channel to watch my drone vids on my TV at home and for my daughter to watch overseas. Not worried about subscribers. Absolutely. And it's a great way of sharing videos with family or friends or other people, rather than having to email it or send a Google Drive link or whatever. You can just post it up to YouTube and then send them the wee link, or if they watch it, they can watch it. So it's a great way of sharing your videos with other people. And you never know, you may suddenly start to get subscribers at a point where you can become monetized and make a few pence. As I do every month, make a few pence and then spend it on fuel. Right, okay, anyway. So Jay has just given me I don't know if it's a super chat or a super, there's a lot of super things, super thanks, super chat and super sticker. That was in super sticker. And Jay says, I for one won't be, thanks for reminding me, I'll talk about that now. I for one wouldn't be buying the Mini 4 Pro. It's too similar to the Mini 3 with the upcoming regs. I would be looking at buying a heavier drone on principle. There won't be much difference soon, I reckon. Perfect time to speak about this, Jay. And I did ask Jay before the live stream started, because he mentioned something like that. I said, can you remind me during the live stream, and I'll talk about that. And he did. And thanks for the super chat, Jay. So I answered Jay earlier on, but I want to speak a little bit about this. I will not be getting the Mini 4, right? Or Mini 4 Pro, or whatever they want to call it, right? For obvious reasons. A lot of reasons are because I have a DJI Mini 2, which is fantastic. Lassie is still a fantastic drone and does everything I need her to do. She's fantastic. Caledonia, my DJI Mini 3, is absolutely fantastic as well, and has a few additional things like obstacle avoidance, which Lassie doesn't have. And well, that's about it. Lassie has a better camera in my opinion. I prefer her colour profile. It's more natural. Caledonia also has the ability to flip her camera vertically, and she has a battery with a longer flight time, and you can buy the extended battery with an even longer flight time. So she has a few advantages. Lassie has a few advantages, right? But I wouldn't be buying a Mini 4 Pro, and it's not just because I have a Mini 2 and a Mini 3. And the reason that I wouldn't be buying it is a reason that I am giving you a bit of advice, and I don't normally give advice because, as I said before, I'm just a simple guy and I don't know any more than the next guy. But I will give my advice to you. If you live in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and North Ireland, don't buy. Whether you have a mini drone or not, don't buy a mini drone, right? I don't think there's any point. The heavier drones are just better drones, right? Like the Air 3 is a better drone than the Mini 3 and the Mini 2. It just is, because it's bigger, heavier, it's more expensive, it has more features, and it's better. The Mavic the Mavic 3 series are better than the Minis, right? Obviously, they're just better. And at the moment, the only advantage and the only reason in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and North Ireland for buying a mini drone is because it's sub 250, and it means you're less restricted. But as I've spoken about in live streams before, and as I've shown in some videos, there are restrictions. I guarantee you there are more and more and more restrictions on the way for sub 250 grams, which are going to eventually, and when I say eventually, I'm only talking about a year, maybe 2 years at the most away, are going to bring the mini drones under the exact same restrictions as the heavier drones, the plus 250 gram drones. So the benefit of buying a mini drone will be completely gone. There will be no benefit whatsoever to buying a mini drone. Well, that's not true. The price will still be a benefit, because the price of a mini drone will always be slightly less than A bigger drone. Although I don't know what the price is yet. There's a bit of speculation. A few of the other channels have come out and given leaks on the price. I love these guys that always come out with leaks on this, and they sit talking about the Mini 4 Pro with a Mini 3 on them. Yes, look, it's going to have this and going to have that. And yeah, speculation. They're probably mostly right, but until the drone's actually out and the price is listed and we see it, then it's speculation. And although they get thousands and hundreds of thousands of views because they push out a Mini 4 Pro video as quick as they can, even though they've only got a Mini 3, that kind of annoys me that these other guys, I'm not going to name any names, but they are pushing out Mini 4 Pro videos based on speculation, right? And I think it's misinformation. They're misinforming the viewers, because they don't know. They think they know and they almost know, but they don't know, and we don't know until it's actually out. Anyway, I don't want to get bogged down with that about the noise. That's why I don't do it. That's why I haven't made a Mini 4 video, because I don't have a Mini 4 Pro, and until I have one, I don't know how much it's going to cost and what the actual reality of it is. And these guys that say they do, they don't. Right, anyway. But what I do know is, or I don't know, I'm speculating as well, I suppose. What a hypocrite. I'm speculating about what the restrictions on the mini drones are going to be within a year, 2 years' time. And I believe if things go the way they have been going, the restrictions are going to bring the heavier drones in line. So therefore, I don't believe there's any point in buying a mini drone anymore. I think anyone who is thinking about buying the Mini 4 Pro should just buy an Air 3 or a Mavic 3. All right, it makes more sense. It's a much better drone. It's not that much more expensive, and very soon the restrictions that you have with a Mavic 3 are going to be exactly the same as the restrictions you have with a Mini 4. Okay? I honestly believe that, right? No, I don't steer you wrong often, right? And most of the predictions that I make come to pass, okay? And the other thing is, and I spoke about this, where did I speak about it? I think I was talking about this in the Discord, my Discord server, a wee while ago, maybe a couple of days ago or a week ago or something, was that, I forget what I was saying there. Never mind, I'll get back to that. Yeah, I forget what I was saying there, but I'll get back to that, because the whole point of tonight's topic was the weather is horrendous out there, and it's because we're approaching winter. Are we in autumn yet? Does autumn not start until October? Either we're in autumn, or we're approaching autumn, or we're in it and we're approaching winter. And you may think, right, this is now time for me, and I'm just lining a video up here, this is now time for me to put on the cellophane wrap on my drone and pack it away until March or April next year. Don't do that. You can fly it right through the winter. And I'm going to show you a couple of videos now. Whoops. I'm going to show you part of a video, and I was going to show you an entire video, an entire couple of videos, but I don't think I've got time to do that now. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show you a video, and there's a specific reason I want to show you this particular video. Here's the link to the video. And I'm sure that those of you who have been following my channel for a long time, since the start, will be aware of this video. But those of you who may be fairly new to the channel, even a year, you've been following me for a year, may not be aware of some of these much older videos, and they're good videos. This video, I made this video did I give you the right link there? Yeah, I did. I made this video on the 13th of March 2021. Now, it was November, December, January, February. It was 5 months after I got Lassie, my Mini 2, but I got her in November, and I didn't actually go out and do anything until February or March the following year, because I was tied up doing a lot of other things. And although I got her and took her out for a first flight, that was kind of it. There was about 3 months where I didn't do anything. So this was one of the very first times I took her out, and I made a few mistakes. But I want to show you a lot of you will know this, but I want to show you the video, a part of the video anyway, and it's about flying the drone in weather that is like it's the way it is outside the window right now, horrendously windy and horrendously rainy. So have a wee look at this, and I'm only going to show you 2 or 3 minutes of it, but let me flick over and hopefully, if you can't hear anything, let me know in the chat, because I can see the chat while the video's playing. So, and I'll mute my mic once it starts. So here we go. Get the drone up into the air to do the test that I said at the beginning I would do, which is a test in the wind and the rain. I'll do that. Just have to find a likely wee spot. Okay. Aye. As soon as I rounded that bend, the wind picked up straight away. There's a wee dip here. That might be quite good. I could get a tiny wee bit of shelter in here, and I'll be able to launch the drone from here. Aye, this is what we'll do. Let's get the drone up here and do a wee test. So I'll attempt to get the drone up. I'll attempt to get the drone up here. So the rain's actually coming down a lot harder than it looks in the video. Camera's never picked rain up all that well, so the rain is coming down really hard. Well there, we've got her up. Can't get the screen recording to work in this iPad for some reason. But there she is. Right, now I'm just going to pause the video at this point just to let you know that the reason the screen recording isn't working is because this was the first time I'd ever taken the iPad out and I didn't really know what I was doing, right? It could have worked if I just knew what I was doing. And the other thing is, the iPad was down it had about 11% power left in it when I plugged it in and fired her up. And I thought, well, that'll be enough to get her up and fly about and get her back. That was a mistake, okay? The iPad only having 11% power. And that was a mistake for what happens later. So what happens in this video is not for the reasons that I initially thought, and for what most of you probably think too. The reason is because the iPad closed down because it ran out of power while Lassie was up in the air. Okay, so let me continue with the video. Battling against the wind even at this height, so not going to take her too far at all, because I don't know if I'd get her back or not. So that's her holding steady. I can see the drone getting blown about all over the place, but the gimbal is looking really, really steady and good. So that's Loudon Hill behind me, but I didn't quite make it up today, unfortunately. Not in feet anyway, and I don't think it's too safe to take the drone all the way up there because of that level of wind. She's getting blown about. Now I lost the feed to the iPad because I think the iPad was so low in power at this point, about 5%, that it must have been trying to conserve its power in some way. Although I could actually still
Very
see
impressive
the recording was stopped. Well, here's the other thing. Let me pause it a minute. What I also did here, which was an absolute error, and you heard the beeps going on because I didn't really know what I was doing. It was a brand new drone to me. Everything was new, and I was pressing things. And one of those beeps, I inadvertently turned off the recording, right? And that's why there's no footage from Lassie, because I accidentally turned the recording. But I was unaware of that because I was an absolute noob. This was one of the first times I'd ever flown the drone. I didn't know what I was doing. I was flying with an iPad that was low in power. And the other thing was that the battery power in Lassie was down to about 25-30% as well. But me being a novice and stupid thought, I'm only going to fly up there for a few minutes. It'll be fine. Okay, let me continue on for a few more minutes with this video.
The more I see it, the more impressed I am.
So there's not much talk here because I really didn't know what I was doing. Lassie's up there. I wasn't going to take her up, but then I decided, to hang with it, I'll just
Although the wind is
fly her up there.
really tossing about up there.
And I think pointing the camera up, and you might see her. No, I'm not sure. I can't even remember. This was 2.5 years ago. There you go. So there you see Lassie just coming into view there.
She's dealing with it like a star.
Right, so let me just stop the video there because I'm not going to tell you everything that happens in the video. I've given you the link. If you haven't seen the video, go and watch it after the stream's finished. And if you have seen it, go and watch it again because it's very, very interesting for this time of the year, right? I'll just let you know what happened. I did fly Lassie up, right up to over Loudon Hill, up to the top of Loudon Hill, and I had accidentally turned the recording off. I was unaware of that time, and for some reason I couldn't get the screen recording to work because I'm an idiot, and I was a complete idiot back then, and I was very, very low. I thought that we had a flyaway, but that's not what happened. What happened was the power ran out on the iPads, and I thought, oh, that's a flyaway. It's not. The power ran out, and what happened was that Lassie started to return to home, but I didn't know that. I waited about, she didn't come back, and then I went home, right, because the weather was terrible. Came out the very next morning, and you'll see this at the end of the video because I filmed this too. At the end of the video, spoiler alert, I come back out to that exact spot there, and there she is. So what she did is she returned to home and landed and just sat there overnight. Now it was howling down all night, right, non-stop all night. Came out in the morning, picked her up, got her, took her home, dried her off. That was 2.5 years ago, and she still flies like a trooper to this day. So go and watch the full video on the link that I gave you if you want to see the full story. The video lasts for 16.5 minutes, but it's quite an interesting story. Okay, so there's that. That is the wind and the rain. What I now want to show you, and I will in a minute, I'll read your some of your comments, and I'll move on to the next video that I want to show you about these little mini drones in the weather. So let me have a look at some of your comments, because I saw a few questions coming in there. Well, Sipley Scotland Photography asked, are you going to get the Classic? When I get my next drone, I'm pretty much probably going to get the Mavic 3 Classic, but it wouldn't be for a while, and I'll wait to see, because who knows what other developments might come out in the Mavic range. I don't know. I'd love a Mavic 3 Pro for the 3 different cameras, but you're talking about £4,000 or something crazy like that, and who can afford that these days? Certainly not me. So it'll probably be a Mavic Classic that I would get in the end, but not for a while, because the Mini 3 and the Mini 2 that I have at the moment suit me just fine. Okay, so not yet. Dronescape in Britain, thanks very much. Autumn started in July here. Okay, it kind of did here, and then we had a couple of nice days the beginning of September through. Okay, what we got here? Right, Mavericks Drone says, I watched this exact video earlier today. Well, you already know the whole story, but I'm giving you some of the background that isn't revealed in the video, but purely because I didn't understand at the time what had gone wrong. I thought what had caused everything to go wrong, I thought the reasons that things had gone wrong were right, and I was wrong. That's not why things went wrong. So that's why I'm clarifying a little bit now. But the point is, the drone flew in the wind and the rain, horrendous rain, stayed overnight in the rain, getting pelted with rain all night, and flies perfectly to this day, 2.5 years later. So don't worry about you taking your drone out in the wind and the rain. And even with that horrendous wind, and there was wind up to about 30 miles an hour there, she returned to home and landed. You'll see at the end of the video, if you watch the end of the video, she lands exactly where she took off from. Okay, so she returned to home while I was in the car driving home in the rain. She was looking about for me, couldn't find me, and just returned home and landed in exactly the same spot. You'll see that. So that's one thing, right? And I want to show you something else as well. I'll just quickly scroll through the videos here. Jay asks, what wind rating would you draw the line at with the Mini 3 Pro not flying? The adrenaline certainly pumps flying them in. I don't think I would bother looking at the wind speed, Jay. What I would do is I'd go out. The only time that I consider the wind is when I think, if I'm flying her out with a tailwind, is the wind too strong to allow her to return to me? And if that's the case, then I wouldn't fly her out that way. And obviously I can't fly in the opposite direction because the wind will be too strong to allow her to fly. So that's the only time that I think about the wind. I don't even bother about the wind speed. If it's blowing a little bit, I'll test her up. I'll test it by throwing her up, sending her out into the wind, sending her out with a tailwind for about 50 metres, turn her around and fly her back towards me. And if she's really struggling to come back, then I know that the battery will be diving. So I know that, right, she's not going to, I can fly her for maybe 10 minutes and then the battery will be dead. So that's how I kind of gauge it, which is not the most professional way to do it. And some other YouTube experts would absolutely tell me that's wrong and bad, but that's the way I do it. As a simple man out doing a simple tests, simple flying, that's how I do it, all right? Angel Station. Oh, 2 angels, an Angel Booster and an Angel Station. Greetings from Idaho, autumn is here, right? We must have autumn as well. And the air shots, was this when you went home and given up and getting the drone back, only to turn up the next day and she was there on the ground? It's exactly it, Andy, right at the very end of the video. I film again the next day when I come out and show you the end result. And there's a couple of follow-up videos later on, and I explain how I dried Lassie out, and then after I dried her out, I do a test flight right in front of the camera for the first time to see if she will work, and she does work. So that's a follow-up one, and I think it's one of the end screens for that video, so you can watch that too. Right, so Angel Station says, I have never flown in the rain or snow. Thanks, Angel. That moves me along very nicely to the next video, right? So the Mini 2, and I presume the Mini 3 and I presume the Mini 4 will fly perfectly well in the wind and the rain and suffer no ill effects. What about the snow? Let me show you this video. And I don't think I've got time to play it because I've only got 9 minutes left. I'll play at some of this video, right? This goes hand in hand with the video I posted on my channel last week about remember why you have a drone. It's to have fun, right? You got the drone to enjoy it, to have fun, right? That's what it's all about, above and beyond everything else, and never forget that. So here's a video in the snow. It starts off hail and then it goes snow, and this is having fun in the rain, in the hail and in the snow. I won't play all of it, I'll play some of it. Here we go.
So I looked out the window this morning and the sun was spitting out, it was beautiful. And Lash said, oh, Papa, can we go out and play? Can we get and play? I said, yeah, come on, let's go. So out it came, arrived at the location, and it's snowing, and the hail was coming down. But Lassie was like, oh, let's go and play anyway, let's go and play anyway. I thought, okay, fair enough. I said, how do you fancy a wee game of hide and seek? So, do you fancy a game of hide and seek? So she's excited about that. Right, Camden, we're going to play. Right, here's how
this is before Lassie got her voice, obviously.
Lassie's going to go
she
off.
was still just honking.
And hide somewhere. Now don't go too high, okay? And don't go too far, okay? but you go off and hide. I'll count up to 100. Hide my eyes, of course. I'll count up to 100, and then I'll come and try and find you, okay? So you go and find someone good to hide, okay? On you go. So, she's off to try and find someone.
Right, let me just put the link to this video up. If you want to watch this video, there's the hide and seek. There's the link. I'll post it in the. I'll post it in. So that's the link to this video. If you want to go and watch it later after the live stream's finished, it's a fun video how I play hide and seek with my wee lassie, and and it's great fun. So where is she? Here she is. Here, let's play it again.
Good to hide, and I'll count up to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And as you can see, the snow is coming down. Right, it's not lying on the ground heavily yet, but the snow is coming down, and it's hammering Lassie as she flies around there. So we've had her out in the wind and the rain. Now we've got her out in the snow.
Okay, so I think Lassie should be well hidden by now. So let's see if I can find her. So what I'm going to do is bring up the screen, and I can see that it looks like she's somewhere over to my left and forward a little.
So just pausing for a second, the whole point of this video was actually to show you how to use the Find My Drone feature, okay? But I turned it into a little Let's Play Hide and Seek. So this is me showing you how to use the Find My Drone feature, and that was the whole point of the video, really.
But so I'm going to follow the red line and see if I can get myself right to her. So let's try that.
Right, so just leave it there, and if you want to watch that video, you can follow the link. I will, as Jay has asked me, Jay asked if I can find my cursor, will I post these, where did you say it? Jay asked, can you post these YouTube links in the Discord group too, please? I will post the links in my Discord. If anyone hasn't joined the Discord yet, you can join that. It's free to join, doesn't cost you anything, and I do post up links to my videos and things like that. I can't find the link right now to give you. I can't remember where it is, to be honest with you. The link to the Discord, is it that one? I can hit invite. No, it's not that. There is somewhere. If I can find that post, invites. No, I don't know. I don't know. Even know if Mark's on the channel at the moment. So I don't know. I'll try and work it out later. If anyone wants an invite to the Discord, either email me or message me on Facebook or whatever, I'll leave a comment in the video and I'll send you a link to invite you to the Discord, where I'll post up the links to all of these older videos, which are great fun, so look at my older ones too. Right, and the final one, which I'm just going to show you a tiny little bit of, because I don't have much time left, but so we had the wind and rain, okay, which is a winter weather. We had the hail and snow, which is winter weather. And the other thing is, what about just wind, extremely windy conditions? So I've got another video on my channel, and let me put the link up here as well, if I can find it. Where the hell is that link? Oh my God, I'm all over the place because I know I'm running out of time. But let's see if I can give you the link to this final one, which is about flying your drones in the wind, especially if you're wondering how windy does it have to be before you fly your drone. That link, don't go to it just now, wait to the live stream's finished. But that link will take you to this video, which I'm going to show you just a tiny, tiny little bit of now. And here it is. Let me flick you over.
Hello there, back out at Loch Doon, this time with Lassie. And I've got Lassie out because quite a few of you asked after the last video, how would Lassie cope in the same wind conditions that Laddie flew in? He had to tilt quite a lot and bank like this just to stay straight. When I tried flying like that, he was getting blown off to the side, and as you saw in the last video, the horizon was quite tilted. So a lot of you wondered, if we sent Lassie up in the same wind conditions, would she get blown even further because she's lighter? So I thought I'd take her up today, test her out in normal speed and sport speed and see how she copes. So let's get Lassie up in the air.
The home point has been updated. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map. Take off.
And if we just sit her right there, you'll see straight away just how windy this is.
Right, I'm going to have to stop the video there because I can't believe it. We've actually run out of time, okay? It's got less than a minute to go, 45 seconds to go, so I'm going to have to wrap it up there. But look at those links. I'll put them in the Discord as well, so you can. This will give you an absolute truthful showing test of how these mini drones will fly in wintry weather, and why you shouldn't pack them up for the spring, right? You shouldn't pack them up for the winter only to bring them back out in the spring. You should fly them through the winter because you don't have to worry about it. Watch those videos with all the links and it will show you exactly why you should have them out and fly them. Thanks very much to everyone who gave us a super chat. Graham, just time to get you in there, I think. Thank you very much for that super chat. I'll see you all next week. Thanks a lot.